Up for Pentester Lab 2 Authentication. So in the authentication section puts together example of issues in the authentication pages, from trivial brute force to more complex issues. So for example number one, this one's very easy. So he says username is password. We now admin. Now we need to get the password. So we should type in admin. That's the username, and we're gonna do a very common password. That is, if the user is admin, the password would be admin as well. So if you see here, right here, it says success. So we made that successfully. For example number two, I'm having some issues. Um, right here, the username is hacker. So hacker. Right here, we should have tried to obtain like the time that each one of the tries, for examples, from all the alphabet and all the numbers would result in. So you see here, for example, this is an example. So it says A took 146, B 140, C 140, etc. But if you see P, it took a little longer to get to P. So that's confirmed to be the first one. So now that we took the first one, we can continue guessing each one of them. For some reason, it doesn't work for me, but uh, with some help from my friends, I figured that hacker username is password. So that would be, for example, 2. Now we're moving on to example 3. So example 3 says in this one, we can log in as user 1. Our goal is to get logged in as admin. To do so, we need to carefully look at the responses back to the server. We can see that when we log in as user 1, we get a cookie named user 1. From that, we can easily modify this value using a proxy or a browser extension to get logged in as admin. Well, firstly, we're gonna log in as user 1. Our password is Pentester Lab, as you can see right there. We submit our query, and we're logged in. So now we're gonna edit our cookies with my cookie extension. Wait a minute. So yeah, edit this cookie. So we basically change our value from user to admin. We change that. That is changed successfully. We go back home. We come back to example 3. And as you see, we're logged in as a admin and we've been successful. Moving forward to example number 4. This one's similar to the previous one. As soon as we receive a cookie from the application, it's always good to see what it looks like. Try to crack it using a password cracker or just to Google it. From that, we should be able to generate a valid cookie from the user admin. So, example number 4, user 1, we copy that, we paste it here. Pentester Lab, copy that, paste it here. Submit, we're logged in. Not now. We add our extension, we open our cookie extension. As you can see, it's not user as it was before, so we have to find the value. So now that we can see this, we can try and copying it, Googling that. Oh, it seems it was encrypted. So this is the reversed encryption. So that is the encryption. So now the logical thing to do if we want to log in as an admin, we could obtain an MD5 hash encrypted version of the cookie of admin. So we're gonna convert that right now. We converted it. We obtained the cookie MD5 hash right there. Commute cookies. Edit this cookie. We change the value of user for the admin one. We save that. We go home. We come back to example number 4, and as you can see, we've been successful in our authentication login as an admin. So example number 5 shows the consequence of different method string comparisons. When we create a user, the application will check programmatically that the user does not exist by comparing the username provided with the existing user. When we log in, the application will check that our username and password are correct, and then it will save our username in our session. Finally, every time we'll access the application will retrieve our user's details based on the username provided in the session. The trick here comes with the fact that the comparison when we create a user is done programmatically. But when the user's details get retrieved and the comparison is done by the database, by default MySQL, we'll perform a case and sensitive comparison from admin to admin with um, higher case A are the same value. Using that information, we could be able to create a user that will be identified as admin. So basically right here, we just put an uppercase A, admin, and any password, submit. Oh, so here we're gonna register our user. That would be admin with our uppercase A. We click submit, and we've been successful. On our example number 5. Moving forward to example number 6, to remediate the previous issue, the developer decided to use a key-sensitive comparison to the user's creation. That check can also be bypassed by on the way MySQL performs string comparison, ignoring trailing spaces. Um, so using the same methods above, we could pretend to be able to log in as the user admin. So right now we're gonna try and register as admin, but we're gonna type in admin, leave a space there, and just anything, and see we've been successful in our 6th example, and thus finalizing the authentication section of the lab.